Welcome everyone to the first ever episode in 2018 of Unrooted Track and Field Edition. And my guest for the first episode this year is none other than the assistant coach on the Menlo College track and field team, April Greer. April, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
You're welcome. I'm super excited to be here.
Glad you could be here, and it's kind of a change of pace for us because typically we've had Dan on the show, but now we're going to throw him aside for a little bit. We don't need to talk to him again.
Yeah. Well, otherwise you just see him all the time. So
Exactly. And
yeah.
what more? How many more things can we do? French toast, Jenga.
I don't know. Maybe bingo.
Ooh, a little bingo. Okay.
Yeah.
And look at us. We're just sitting here talking like normal human beings. This is weird. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. You graduated from CSU Stanislaus in 2010.
I did.
With a degree in kinesiology. What drew you into that particular field?
Well, I was going to school to actually study nursing, and I quickly realized that was not the right path for me because I did biology and I didn't get a good enough grade to get into the my anatomy class. And so my can we start over? I'm so sorry. Counselor, right? The counselor. That's who it is. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Almost had it.
You're good.
Okay.
That's okay.
Start over.
Okay. So, yeah, that was the first question. Okay. Sometimes I don't know how to
start
resume.
back.
It's like, that's just weird. But
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. You graduated from CSU Stanislaus in 2010 with a degree in kinesiology. What drew you into that particular field in the first place?
Well, when I first went to college, my original direction was going to be to get my degree in nursing. However, I quickly realized I just didn't have the patience for it as I struggled in biology, and so I didn't have the grade to go ahead and get into an anatomy class, so I switched over to kinesiology to get into an anatomy class that way. But then talked to a bunch of my teammates who really enjoyed taking the courses there, and they also offered a class in track and field. So
there you go.
It definitely sprung my interest.
Yeah, and since then, I've talked to you on the side about this. You also kind of do a little bit of personal training as well, in a way. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy personal training, and I've been doing it since I moved into the Bay Area. I actually had a friend of mine in college who told me I didn't have the patience to be a personal trainer.
You didn't have the patience to get through biology, so.
Well, I guess, but I mean, I think I'm pretty a patient person with my clients and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So this is a little promo right here.
Yeah.
Train
definitely.
with April Montgomery.
Yeah, if you decided that was something you wanted to do, I could definitely get you there. And what I would tell you is this, if you were one of my clients, is you like running, right? And
I do.
You do a lot of running. So what I would say, I would present you with a program that I would give you. And Brian, you're going to get so much faster with this program. And what's also great is that because you have a set appointment with me every week or twice a week, whatever you decide is fine with me, you're not going to cancel that because it's going to cost you money. But what's also really great is that you're going to get better every single week because I'm just going to push you a little bit harder every week, and you're going to definitely achieve your goals and maybe even go past that.
The whole financial aspect of it is certainly a reason why I would not want to cancel. I think that's a very good point. You're like, well, guess what? You're going to lose money if you don't do it, so you have to do it after all.
Yeah.
That's a unique way to put it, but it does make sense. And
it's not one of my go-to things, but I definitely, feel very confident with what I do, and I continue to prove to myself that I am good at what I do. Mm-hmm. So, with college coaching and with my clients, I see a lot of success in everything.
Yeah. And it's something that you also enjoy doing, which seems to be a theme with what you do here at Menlo College and on the side. What are some of your favorite parts about helping younger athletes?
Well, I I thrive and get really excited with workouts, for one thing, especially when my athletes are hitting their times. It makes me super excited because I know only good things are going to happen with that. But I think what really drew me to wanting to work with young athletes, and I've worked with as young as middle schoolers, high schoolers, and now with these guys, but the most joy I get is that connection I have with them and helping them achieve their goals. And you can ask some of them. I have definitely had tears when they have broken records or, done something really amazing. It brings a lot of joy to me.
Particularly in a big meet too. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
It's all that hard work putting off, and you're the one who's kind of guiding them along with that helping hand.
Yeah, the way I always talk about it is I like to give them the tools to succeed. It's up to them to use it, and if they definitely use it, they will be successful.
Know when to use that shovel.
Yeah,
Right?
Sure.
I mean, let's say the shovel is one of the tools. Know when to use it. Don't use the pick for it. Use the shovel.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was really bad. Let's talk about the team now a little bit, April.
Sure.
The track and field season is finally underway here at Menlo College, and the Oaks have been putting up some impressive individual marks already so far this season. How excited are you to see the whole team competing together for the first time?
I think it's definitely going to be excited. Actually, today at practice, Johnny was, me and Johnny were crossing paths, and he's like, I'm so excited. We all get to be together. And I was like, yeah, I'm super excited too, because, even at practices, they're out there cheering for each other and stuff. And so I think having the entire team there during an entire meet is just going to really liven up the competition for the team and stuff. So they're definitely looking forward to seeing their hard work starting to pay off in the meets and stuff.
Yeah. The first event of the year for the Oaks was the Oaks versus Acorns inter-squad scrimmage, so it didn't count for anything necessarily, but some Oaks were putting up B standard qualifying marks, again, if the scores were to count, in that very first event of the year. How impressive is that to be hitting something like that so early on in the year?
Yeah, definitely really impressive. It shows that these athletes are working hard, and not just during the season, but definitely during the off season as well. They're paying attention to the coaches, they're doing the right things to be successful, and it really is going to show what we're going to be able to have happen throughout the year. So we're expecting big things from them.
Now, last week the Oaks had two competitions, so you guys were split up, but you did have several athletes participate in the heptathlete event, namely Dorian Abarouette, and Joey Alvarez also competed in certain events up there as well. Talk about some of their performances.
Well, I wasn't at the meet, but I can talk about what made them so successful. For Dorian, actually, was really lucky to work with her in the fall. She ran cross country with us, and she is a completely different athlete this season. She's so confident in everything she does. I work with her on broken 800 work and stuff, and she's just, I think she's been able to grow and get stronger and believe in herself, and I think that's what's really helping her be so successful so far.
And it seems like she just has ice in her veins too, like nothing would get between her and her goal, because she doesn't seem like she's fazed by anything.
Well, she definitely is working hard at that for practice, so she's ready to compete well at the competitions.
She's got that game face on.
Yeah, and as far as for Joe, Joe's in his third year, and so I think for him what's making him so successful is that he's been learning every single year what he needs to do to be able to create these big marks. So yeah.
So you weren't with the heptathlete, so you must have then, by process of elimination, been at the MPC Open.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So you were there where the rest of the Oaks were, and you saw people like Elijah Redding Moment take first place in a couple of events. What did you think about the larger group of Oaks that performed, and specifically the ones that you saw?
I really did, because I was mainly the head coach acting, not the head coach, but I was there helping out the main coach at the time. I really tried to take the time to watch everybody and try to catch everybody and stuff, but I felt like everyone did really well, and it's just, a benchmark for them for the beginning of the season. Hey, let's see where we're at, no real pressure out there. Let's have fun and stuff like that. And so now they have a benchmark. Now we go back to drawing board and see what we need to do to continue to improve. So it was definitely really fun to being out there and seeing everybody compete.
One of the things about this year's team, as could be said for every year, I suppose, but there's a lot of new faces on the track and field team this year for Menlo. What have you seen from the freshmen and the newcomers that have gotten you excited about this upcoming year?
These kids, these new freshmen that are coming in, they are just ready and eager just to jump in. And, I find with my group in particular that I don't have to, hold them back and be like, oh, let's do less. Like, they're jumping in and doing the full workouts and stuff. And I'm pretty sure the other coaches can say the same with their freshmen. And their attitudes are really great. And it's just that team dynamic is growing, the way we want it to. Everyone's really positive and stuff like that and helping each other out. I could even see a few of the freshmen being leaders in the future.
All right, April, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. You give me your best answer. Question number 1. Which athlete would make the best personal trainer?
I think Noble would. He is just a really positive person, and even though he's not able to train right now due to injuries, but he is out there and he's still helping his fellow teammates out and encouraging them. And, if someone's having a hard time, he finds a way the right words to pick them up.
And when he is healthy and when he is performing, he's pretty darn good too. So that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and he's still very encouraging and helpful towards his teammates.
Absolutely. Question number 2, which athlete could make the best pizza?
Okay, so this is a real big toss-up for me. Okay, so...
Toss-up.
Hey. So I think Dorian would make the best pizza. She just seems like she's very particular in the way she wants things. And then I think the most interesting pizza would be by the dynamic duo and roommates, Ethan Adams and Logan Pine. I think it would be quite interesting and tasty too.
What do you think that they would put on their pizza?
Gosh, I have no idea.
I mean, what?
I think there would be some off-the-wall things that we would never think to put on the pizza.
Ooh, okay. I'm not a believer in something like anchovies on a pizza.
I was thinking anchovies too.
Okay, so see there. So anchovies are probably on this pizza. What else would go with anchovies? I have no idea because they shouldn't be on pizza in the first place. So
maybe pickles?
Pickles, yes, that's a good one. An
Just
anchovy and pickle pizza with probably onions and like pepperoni.
And maybe sausage.
And maybe sausage, yeah.
Maybe we would make a good pizza.
Well, that's not a good pizza though. That's a bad pizza.
Maybe interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, we could maybe throw one together, but that pizza we just described would give you really gnarly breath, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe you should keep some gum to help
some
that
gum,
right
breath
afterwards.
mints.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to need it after eating our pizza. And then question number 3. There can only be one athlete on your team, men's and women's, that can be a secret agent spy. Who is that one person?
I would pick Shelly. She seems like a very quiet person, but she is paying attention to everything that's going around. I had the chance to actually sit with her and watch the long jump with her, and she was just being able to pay attention with everything, all the athletes that were going around. So I think she can just, focus on what she needs to do, but she pays attention to everything. So.
I also just paid attention to the fact that the temperature dropped 0.1 degree in this room right now.
Did a ghost just come in?
I don't know. What's the temperature now? I don't know. It's definitely lower than it was when it began, so I got that part right.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I could be a secret agent spy too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
April, thank you for joining me on the show. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me. It was fun.
You're welcome. Folks, the track and field teams for Menlo College are in action this weekend. They will be up at Stanislaus State. Hey, homecoming for you.
I know. I definitely enjoy going.
Are you how excited are you to go up?
I am pretty excited because it is a little bit of a homecoming, but each year I go, I know less people because people keep graduating because it's been there a long time. But I see Kim Dice is usually out there, who is the meet is named after,
That's
and
right.
I know the head coach well over there too as well.
Awesome. We'll enjoy your time up there.
Well, thank you.
So it is the Kim Dice Invitational up this week for Menlo College Track and Field, Stanislaus State in Turlock, Friday the 2nd of March and Saturday the 3rd all-day events up there in Turlock. Then the following week, the Oaks will be at the Aggie Open, which will be hosted by UC Davis. That is on Saturday, March 10th. We invite you to tune into the next episode of Unrooted Track and Field Edition. It will be in 2 weeks because spring break is sandwiched right in the middle. So we invite you to tune into the next episode when April Greer will select the first athlete to be interviewed on the show by me, Brian Brownfield. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.